Hello, and welcome to another episode of Something Something Chat Show with Tom Jr. Jackson. I am your host, as always, Tom Jr. Jackson, and I welcome you to the channel. And this is another episode of Something Something Chat Show with Tom Jr. Jackson presents After a Movie Review. That's right, we're on episode 16 of the show. 16, my friends. 16. It's a lot. It's an awful lot. And today's movie we will be discussing is Field of Dreams. That's right, folks. The baseball playoffs are coming into effect right now. They're in the running to see who wants to go into the World Series. And I figure right now, we're in September, and I figure this is the best time, if any, to review Field of Dreams, because this is the perfect time to review it. It's one of my favorite films, probably one of yours, definitely yours, probably, buddy, maybe yours. And I thought, perfect timing. But as always, as we like to do here, we are going to do some house cleaning, housekeeping, whatever you want to call it, before we start this show. So, as always, please check out the Positive Fandom YouTube channel with your host. You know her, you love her, the lovely, the beautiful RM. That's right. And she does everything from unboxing to watch-alongs to movie reviews, television reviews, trailer reviews, out of the theater reviews, you name it. She's probably doing that on the channel. Hey. Nothing like that, folks. Not that crazy. But she's got an Apex show on her channel. It is called Sunday Brunch Live, and she has a co-host on the show named Russ Whitfield. Check it out every Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, where they parlay all the pop culture news of the day, of the week for you, and recap some shows. And it's a very great show. We invite you to, and I say we, I mean I'm one of the moderator. I am the moderator in the chat. I am RM's friend. I am her co-collaborator, and I help her out a lot. So yeah, they parlay about the chat. Come join it. Come watch it. Come watch it on Sunday morning. It's live. It's fun. Get your mimosas, your martinis, your orange juices, your coffees, whatever you choose to drink, and join us. Because also, if you have a YouTube channel or an Instagram feed, let us know in the chat during the Sunday brunch, and we will promote it for you. Because at Positive Fandom, we embrace creators, we share creators with everybody, and that way, not only do you get more followers and more viewers or subscribers for your channels and whatnot, it's paying back. It's a great way to pay someone back. It's paying it forward. Because without you, my channel, RM's channel, whoever's channel I mentioned, is not possible without you, the viewers. Very true. Now, so check that out. There's some links down below for it in the description. Check it out. And also check out the Post Geek Singularity. There's a website, postgeeksingularity.com. And there are shows such as Midnight Metal, Midnight Musings, Let's Get Physical Media, fully articulated, whining about movies, which is coming back soon. But there's a whole playlist of all these shows on the YouTube channel. On the Post Geek Singularity YouTube channel, there's a big playlist of each of these shows. Check them out. Leave a comment. Let them know that I sent you. And it'll be great. And also, Observations, and all these shows are hosted by your captain, Robert Meyer Burnett. And trust me, it's a fun channel. It's a great channel. Great community to talk about film, pop culture, books, movies, whatever. A very great community to be around. And for as little as 99 cents, you too can be a PGS member and join the twice a week. No, every 2 weeks they hold a members only chat where you can, if you're a member of the channel, can talk to Robert Meyer Burnett, ask him any questions, talk about whatever shows you're watching, see if he's watching it, ask him about his movie, As the Hills Run Red, or even ask him about his movie he directed, Free Enterprise, and ask him about working with William Shatner. He will answer your questions because he is a great guy. So check that out. Like I said before, all the links are down below in the description. And follow me on Instagram, which is down there in the link below. And follow me on Twitter at Tom Jr. Jackson. And if you decide you want to do that, please let me know by saying you found me on this channel, which is my channel, because that's me, Tom Jr. Jackson. Says it right here. All right. So with that out of the way, let's get into the review of Field of Dreams, episode 16 of After the Movie Review. Okay, so if you don't know anything about this movie, Field of Dreams, it is based on a book called Shoeless Joe by W.P. Kinsella. And one of my favorite trivia facts about this movie is that test audiences did not like the original title of the movie, which is Shoeless Joe. So they went around, they thought about it, and they came up with Field of Dreams. So the director calls up the writer, the author, I should say. Says, hey, I'm sorry, but we had to change. Test audiences didn't like the name of the movie because Shoeless Joe reminded them of a homeless person or a bum. And we had to change the film title to Field of Dreams. And the author goes, that's okay, because Shoeless Joe was a publisher's title. The publisher came up with that title. The original title of the book, Shoeless Joe, was Dream Field. That's right, Dream Field. And they came up with the movie title, Field of Dreams. How ironic is that? Great minds think alike, my friends. Great minds think alike. Now, if you don't know the premise of this film and what it is by now, I'll give you the short version. A farmer from Iowa, played by Kevin Costner, hears a voice while he's working in his cornfield saying, if you build it, they will come. And he's like yelling up to his wife, did you hear that? She's like, I didn't hear anything. Thinks nothing of it, goes back to work. Here's the voice again. If you build it, they will come. And he goes, no, you definitely heard it this time. No. So he tells her, and she thinks, oh, you're just working too hard. So he's sleeping, and he hears the voice in his sleep. Thinks nothing of it. Is working in his cornfield. Hears the voice again. If you build it, they will come. And he looks over, and he sees a vision in the distance of a baseball field with lights and bleachers. And then he sees an image of shoeless Joe Jackson. And he discusses it with his wife, saying, this is what I heard. This is what I think it means. And his wife reluctantly goes along with it and thinks, all right, we'll get him out of the system. So he plows his field. Everybody thinks he's nuts. He plows the corn, gets it away, builds a baseball field. So he does that, and one night his daughter asks him, who's the man out in the yard? It's like, what man? There's the man that's out on the field, out on the field. And he looks and sees a guy, sitting out there on the field, or walking around on the field. And he goes out and sees him. And it's shoeless Joe Jackson, who's been dead for X amount of years, like 50 or something years, whatever the amount of time has been passed. And shoeless Joe Jackson is played by the late, great Ray Liotta from films such as Operation Dumbo Drop, as Goodfellas. I think his last movie was The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel film. He was in that too. And let's see. I should say this. This movie, if you're going to watch it, do it as a double feature. I know what you're thinking. What would you double feature it with? There's a little film with John Cusack that's called 8 Men Out. And in that movie, it is the story of the 1919 World Series and how these 8 men who are on the Chicago White Sox got thrown out and banned from baseball because they allegedly betted on a game, something like that, betted they would win or lose, something like that. It is a great little movie, and it explains the whole backstory behind Shoeless Joe Jackson and the 8 members of the Chicago White Sox who come to the field in Field of Dreams. So it's a perfect beginner for this movie. And it makes a great double feature. If you're really into baseball, check that movie out, 8 Men Out. Fantastic film. Fantastic. Now, along the way, Kevin Costner, he meets Shoeless Joe, as I said, and then Shoeless Joe leaves, goes into the cornfield and disappears. And then just like that, he hears the voice again saying, ease his pain. He's like, what? Ease his pain. I just built the, you told me if they build it, they will come. I just built this cornfield, this baseball field. And you want me to ease his pain? Whose pain? Whose pain do you want me to ease? And he ends up going one night to a PTA meeting where they're banning books. And especially there's one book by this character, Terrence Mann, who is played in the film by the legend himself, Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones. And as Kevin Costner's wife in the movie, played by Amy Madigan, is fighting for this book not to be banned. Kevin Costner's character realizes whose pain he needs to ease, and it's Terrence Mann's. And so Kevin Costner gets in his, convinces his wife to let him go to Boston or wherever it is that Terrence Mann lives, and take him to a baseball game. So he drives all the way out there, finds out where he lives, goes and visits him, and figures out a creative way of getting him to go to a baseball game with him. And it's a very, very funny scene, and it's one of my favorite scenes in this movie. It's one of them. But it's a great scene. So they go to the game. He hears the voice again, and he hears "Go the Distance." He asks James L. Jones, "Did you hear?" He goes, "Hear what?" The voice says, "Go the distance." And did you see on the screen whatever it said? No. He goes on. Guess I took you out here for nothing. So they go on this. He takes him home, and then he finds out that he did hear the voice. And then it goes to them finding this baseball player named Moonlight Graham, who apparently was a real baseball player, and a doctor as well. And in the movie, he's played by the late, great Burt Lancaster, who was in a lot of great movies. Birdman of Alcatraz, Tough Guys with Burt Lancaster. Yes, for himself. No, he's in Tough Guys with Kirk Douglas. That's a great movie, and that's one of the movies at some point I'll be reviewing on the channel. It's a fantastic film. Fantastic. One of my, it's, when we get there, you'll find out. Anyways, the cool thing about the Burt Lancaster character is that the director, Phil Alden Robinson, who also directed one of our previous reviews, not the review itself, but the film that we reviewed, Sneakers, he wrote and directed this film. He originally wanted Jimmy Stewart to be in the film and play the Moonlight Graham role. And he then realized that Jimmy Stewart had not made a movie on screen in like over a decade, almost a decade, half a decade, something like that. So they went with Burt Lancaster, which this, by the way, is his final cinematic movie. And he plays it so beautifully. He is an excellent, excellent actor. Check out any of his, IMDb him. Look at the list. Pick out a movie. Fantastic. Matter of fact, one of the movies that Burt Lancaster is in is called A Local Hero, which I plan to review at some point. It'll be soonish, I think. I gotta do look at my list and see what I got for months coming, and if I can fit it in. But he was great in that movie as well. So I'll tell you this, that I'm not going to go through the rest of the movie because then I'm just wasting it, and you won't watch it. But I guarantee you, if you watch it, you will love it. If you've never seen this, even if you don't know anything about baseball, watch this film. It is great. Now I remember my dad wanting to see this film, and at the time, I never understood why this film made him cry. And this film has that effect on a lot of men. And a few years after my dad passed, I watched this film again. I watched Field of Dreams again, and um, it moved me. And then I realized why. And it's the most beautiful reason uh, in the world, and it'll make it more special. And it has to do with the ending of the film. And I don't want to give that away. But if you have a father or a mother, anyone you are close to, this will hit you personally. This you'll get it. You will get it. This is a film that's about family, baseball, history, and doing what you believe in, even if no one else believes you. So Kevin Costner's character goes out and builds this field, even though everybody's telling him, don't do it. You're crazy. Don't do it at all. Just don't. You'll lose your farm if you do this. The bank will repossess your farm and take it away, and you don't want that. There's a scene with James Earl Jones and Kevin Costner, and they're at Fenway Park, and they're watching a baseball game. In the crowd there, I don't think you can see him, but in the crowd, two of the extras are Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. And when Ben Affleck went to make the Summer of All Fears, the director of this movie directed that film as well. And when he said, it's great to work with you again, the director was like, well, what do you mean? And he explained it to the director. So that's a cool thing. In in 2021 and 2022, this past year, in 2022 as well, the Major League Baseball did a game at the actual farm where the field still stands, and you can actually go there and tour the house. And I think they got some knickknacks there. You can get some shirts or whatever. But you can also go down on the field and play catch or something like that, or walk around or sit in the field or sit in the bleachers. But there's a second field there as well. And a lot of Major League Baseball teams will go and they'll play a game there. They did it in 2021 and again this past year in 2022. There won't be one in 2023, but the Major League Baseball Association has not ruled out a future return. That would be really cool to see something like that. So, as a matter of fact, what I will do is in the description below with all the links that I got and everything like that, I will put down the link for the Field of Dreams field where you can go. But also, I will put a link to a video by Adam the Woo, who went there with his dad, and check that out. It's a really cool place to go, and they do the tour and everything like that. But check that out. I want to thank you all for watching. I know this one went a little bit long, but hey, it was worth it. Field of Dreams, I highly recommend it. Also, get 8 Men Out. Check it out. Fun film, great film. And you'll get that whole backstory. But watch 8 Men Out first, and then watch Field of Dreams. And with that, folks, I say, wherever you go, whoever you are, there you are. And please remember, no matter where you go, whoever you may be, just remember this. We are all goof people. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Something Something Chat Show with Tom Jr. Jackson presents after the movie review. And don't worry, we got plenty of interviews, movie reviews, book reviews, and more coming to this channel. So keep your eye out on the channel and ring that notification bell and the like button and comment as well. Have you seen Field of Dreams? Do you like it? Is it one of your favorites? Is it not one of your favorites? Let me know in the comments. Thank you and have a pleasant tomorrow.